What's up and welcome to the first ever filmed episode of the Indie Credible podcast.
We're sorry we look like this.
I'll put a cheer in because you guys...
Yeah. I didn't realise we were supposed to cheer at that.
So this is episode 27 of the Indie Credible podcast, but if you listen to episode 26, as we said, 2018 was a year where we wanted to start recording them. Now this is our set. It's not the most professional production set, but we're hoping to grow with you, and you can help us grow by supporting us on Patreon. There's a link below in the description now. You can help us grow several other ways as well.
Whoa.
But
Patreon growing. Feel them clicking.
Patreon is the best place in that. And then $1 will get you early access to the audio of this podcast. $3 gets you early access to the video of this podcast. And then you can give us additional dollars. Like you'll see your name coming across the screen now. It will say Brian. You can probably see it now. It's because he pays $10 and he gets his name come across the banner because he's got big balls and he wants to show them off.
Okay.
Can you just say Brian in massive text?
Can we just seeing as he's the only one at the moment, can it just be? So if I hold my hands like this, can we put Brian between my hands?
Yeah, we do
Brian!
Right over my face.
Yeah,
cool.
Throughout the podcast, I randomly react as if I'm like, whoa, can you have like Brian
just
shoot past? Can I have
Maybe, but I can't promise that people sponsor us. They're always going to have that happen.
That's just for you, Brian.
Yeah.
That's just for Brian, yeah. Not for everyone else.
Okay, so this this is going to be a long podcast.
I haven't even done the intro.
No. So this is the Indie Credible podcast, a weekly podcast where we get together and chat about the world of indie gaming. We go through what we've been playing, which is a lot to catch up this week because it's been the Christmas holidays. We talk about indie game news, and then we go through a weekly topic, which can either be sent in by listeners. We always take patrons priority first. If they send a topic, that will definitely get covered. But today we're going to be talking about our most anticipated indie games for 2018. I am Lewis. You can see that already because the name would have flashed up at the bottom. To my left is Tom.
Hello.
And to my right is the lovely Dan.
Hello.
And
lovely.
That's me.
We haven't got to plug Twitter handles anymore because
they're just
keep
here.
flashing up.
Just
keep flashing up.
here.
They might be here right now. But anyway, okay.
I just pointed they better be now.
It's been the Christmas break, and it's fair to say that it's been nice. Have you been very nice?
Yeah.
Relaxing?
No.
It never is. Everyone goes on a relaxing
No.
Christmas. I'm not going to lie. Actually, I had a bloody relaxing time because my wife was very ill, so she was in bed most of it. So I finished 6 games over Christmas.
6 games.
6 games over Christmas. 3 indie games, 3 AAA games. Okay, granted, I didn't start them all over Christmas. Assassin's Creed, I didn't start at Christmas, but I finished it at Christmas. So, so we're going to go through what we played over Christmas. Shall I start?
Well, yeah, go on.
I'll start us off. So, as I said, I finished Assassin's Creed. We got another podcast, which is available early to patrons. Cool, it's Patreon plug-in. Cool, people are going to be
Look at this.
which is the
Not video podcast. It's all about Patreon.
Which is the not so indie show, and that's where we talk about all AAA games. So if you want to hear us talk more about the AAA games, our thoughts on those, then you get those a week early on Patreon, but they're also available on YouTube, and the first one comes around the middle of January. Enough plugging again. So I finished Assassin's Creed. I finished Mario, but I've only just finished the campaign. I haven't done all that. I want to go. I'm not going to go full end game on it. I just want to see what the end game's like because everyone's going, the end game. I mean, the campaign took me 13 hours, and people are saying it's 65 hours worth of gameplay. I'm never going to play that game for 65 hours. You can open it up here.
Nice. I've been a pro.
So no. I just want to say one thing on Mario because I've had a few people contact me saying, you hate Nintendo. I don't hate Nintendo. I have a fucking Master Sword right here.
Who's been getting in touch saying you hate Nintendo?
So we had a lot of listens on the podcast over Christmas.
Yeah.
And I've had 2 emails from people saying that is there any reason why you don't like Nintendo so much? I love Nintendo. I grew up with Nintendos. As I said, I'll point again. There's a Master Sword sat right here which I pay 70 quid for because I love Zelda. I do think Zelda is massively overrated because it's Zelda this year, but that's another topic.
Yeah, that doesn't mean he hates Nintendo.
I will say,
he doesn't
Mario
enjoy the game.
is, and I said this to you guys, the most polished 3D platformer I've played probably in the last 5 years. But it's Mario. I collect coins. I collect moons in this one. And I beat bosses that take me 30 seconds. Like, the only way I die is by falling off a platform. And that is it. Granted, I've not played the end game. It's good. I tweeted out my top 10 games of the year. It got 7th place in my top 10. It's in my top 10 games of 2017. But I just wanted to say that because people are going, I don't hate Nintendo. I just question some of
I think we just hated the extreme amount of
the
hype.
overhype of it. Yeah,
It was,
But
especially last year. It was
anyway, like I said,
I think with so many great indie games that came out that didn't get the buzz they deserved.
yeah, because in the
And
shadow
then
of these
Mario came out, 3 people were allowed to play it by Nintendo, and then it became the soggy biscuit of gaming. You're just like, yeah, Jesus.
but no. So I finished Assassin's Creed. I finished
Mario.
I've put in 20. Oh, I finished Neo.
All right.
I've done that in.
You finished it. I thought you stopped.
Yeah, I downloaded it again. So
okay.
I done Neo in 4 days. Yeah, for 31 hours. Yeah, I was a bit of a hermit, but Neo's very good. It's very, it's Bloodborne-y. It's a lot easier than Bloodborne, but it's harder in other aspects.
Is it more arcadey? Is that right to say?
Yeah, but it's what's really complex of it is you have in Bloodborne you have different weapon configurations.
Okay.
So you go between dual wielding and single wielding for power. Neo, you have a low, medium, and high stance. So like low stance is a quick attack, high stance is really powerful downward attacks.
Yeah.
And then the ability, probably about 10, 12 hours into the game, where you start flipping between your weapons and your stances on the fly in the middle of a boss fight, you just feel like a fucking Don. You're like flying around here and you just swap in the weapon. It's hard in that aspect, but I found it a lot easier. Like, I found the bosses harder actually, but I found the NPCs in Bloodborne. I found any NPC had the potential to end my game. Like, if I wasn't paying attention, I was over. This one I felt the NPCs were pretty basic, pretty easy. But yeah, that's AAA's that I've done. I've put in 20 hours to Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
Finally, I've started Kingdom Hearts.
Which one is it you've got?
So I brought the 1.5, 2.5 HD remake thing, thinking it was just 1 and 2. It's 6 games.
Yeah, because it's got
it's got all of them
PSP
apart from the most
ones on the DS as well.
apart from the most recent, the 2.8.
Yeah, whatever it was.
Yeah, the 3 hour
played that one.
No, that's the only one it's not got.
Have you not? Oh, mate,
No,
you've
so-
got to play Kingdom
So
Hearts.
I googled it. It's 180 hours to do the whole of this disc, and I'm 20 hours in. But we'll get there. But indie games. What indies have I played? So, do you remember the Darwin Project?
Yes.
They had another beta.
Right.
Sorry, alpha. And what was really good about this one was they introduced the show coordinator.
The ones where you get to
anyone. Oh my god, that is so fun. You just fuck with people like there's no way.
What a surprise that you're fucking
It's so good. So you can choose to nuke an area, which basically closes it off. So it closes it off for.
Welcome to Donald Trump's dream.
They get a countdown for like 20 seconds, and then it gets nuked. And then anyone in that area, when it gets nuked, they're gone. So you can like send in electronics. So you can send in electronics to the middle. And then you can go on some guy's screen going like, no one's at those electronics, you're the nearest one, I promise no one's there, go in there. There's 3 other people on the way there already. So they're all in the middle when you go, I'm going to send a nuke in. And then you're like,
wow.
So this is like you're the games person from Hunger Games. You're the one
Yes.
directing
and
the
it's
whole
the most
thing.
ultimate social experiment. Like, you can just fuck with people
It's
as much as
just
you
dick
want.
mode, that's all it is. Yeah.
No, but it is, but there's certain rules.
That's the thing. Not everyone is a dick like Lewis. so
There are certain rules.
Be nice when they're
There are certain rules around you stop it, so you can't blow up a zone next to a zone so you can only nuke a zone next to a zone you've nuked. You can't. There's another rule. You can't talk to someone and then directly talk to someone else. There's like a cooldown period. So if you're going to speak to someone, there's like, I think, a minute cooldown.
So you've got to kind of plan ahead your traps and
so
how you're going to mess with them.
I never felt like I could be a right dick.
Yeah.
I could go in. You can go in and just say to someone, they're hiding just over there. Like, as simple as that.
Yeah.
Or you can put a bounty on someone, which means that they show up on everyone's radar where they are. But you can only do that when they're on a kill streak of 2 or more.
Right.
So there's real cool little things you can do to really. It is just fucking with people, but it's what makes. And people will go, but that's what makes every game different, because like you don't know what show director you're going to get. And so I played the whole beta of the alpha of that all weekend. Absolutely loved it. Then went back onto, because they patched the 3rd patch of PUBG on Xbox launched.
Yeah.
Back on that. That is a lot better. Still a long way off where it needs to be.
Yeah.
But it's a lot better. But then after playing PUBG for I feel like 4 or 5 games, I was like, do you know what? Darwin Project's just got something about it. I don't know. I couldn't put my finger on it. I don't know whether it's the charm, whether it's the aesthetics of it, what it is, but something about that game, for me, sits so much better than PUBG.
So is this the PUBG killer, do you think?
No, because as I said in my preview, this PUBG is very much battle royale, whereas Darwin Project is very much Hunger Games. It's as much as survival as it is to kill. Yeah. You could win that game without killing anyone because people could just die from getting cold, or there's traps that can kill people and things like that. So, yeah, but that was really fun. I've picked up Ruiner, the Devolver Digital release last year.
Yes, yeah.
The top down it was in Steam sale. I picked up Ruiner. I played through that. It's fun. It's hard. It's really hard. Yeah. Too hard. And I don't mean that in terms of me being sour. In terms of, in a game, you're playing it and you're thinking like, this is not fun. Challenge. Like, you're making this so hard that it's not fun. And when I did clear the last 2 levels, I felt like I cleared them because I got lucky, not because I actually done it. And then it's got a real good like new game plus where you go back in, but your weapons carry over, and where you level your weapons up, it actually makes it a fun challenge because all of a sudden you've got the arsenal to do it. But it's good fun. I wouldn't pay full price for it. 16 quid is what it sits at full price. If you see it for a tenner, I'd grab that game. If you liked, it's got a fucking awesome soundtrack and art style. It's set in it's like a cyberpunk top-down shooter. It's got a real cool aesthetic to it. It's slick as anything. And there's this railgun thing you shoot that fires like ball of electric. And if it attaches to surfaces, then it kind of fires. So if you shoot it down a corridor, it just wipes everyone out in that corridor. So you can get really tactical on how you use it. Yeah, and it just looks awesome. Looks so good.
Cool.
And the last game I played was Albert and Otto, which is a review that will be live on Monday. It's coming. So Albert and Otto, I didn't know much about it either.
No, I haven't heard of this one.
So Albert and Otto, instantly you look at it and you think this is Limbo. And it very much wants to be Limbo. And I use want for a specific reason.
Because it's not.
So it's developed by K-Bros and it's meant to be a 4-part, a 4-episode game.
It's episodic then, okay.
Yeah, but they released episode 1 on Steam last year. I think beginning of last year.
You mean 2017, 2016?
2017.
Okay.
And it didn't do very well. So they haven't released the other episodes yet because they basically haven't got money.
Oh,
so they're now releasing episode 1.
You sound so sarcastic there.
I was being genuine.
Sad.
They're
now releasing
sad. Episode 1 is now releasing on Xbox on the 10th and PlayStation 4 on the 16th in the hope that they will get the funds to be able to finish the story. And I hope they do because is it the best story I've ever played? No. But is it an intriguing one that I want to know more of? Hell yeah. It's so it's like a Neo
Here he goes. Lewis is back.
You know, the black and white.
Noir.
I've been playing
2018,
Neo.
guys.
2018.
Back at it again. Lewis is back. He doesn't know how to speak. Oh, it's just like the old days, eh? Remember that? 2017?
It's all right, mate.
So you were saying, yeah,
Finally,
noir,
my A-level media studies comes into work.
It's a noir platform adventure game, similar to Limbo. But whereas you play as Albert and Otto. Otto is a rabbit kind of shape thing, and he's lost by this little girl. And Otto is this... No, Albert's the boy, Otto's the rabbit. And Albert's his kid. And Albert can kind of shoot things, and Otto can kind of climb through. So it's that kind of puzzle platform you'd expect. It's set in this really cool, like oppressive 1939 Germany, where this girl's gone missing, and there's this little red rabbit teddy bear thing, and basically you're trying to get that back to the girl. Is all I know so far. I've not finished episode 1. I'm about an hour and a half into it.
So is the rabbit the only red thing in this? Is everything else that?
Yeah. It's
so
very,
very
Schindler's
much
List.
like Schindler's List, the girl in the red coat.
Yeah, it's very Schindler's List. But it's... I hate it when you see something that with that aesthetic design and people go, oh, it's just ripping off Limbo. You can say that about any game. You can say that about any open world game ripping off another open world game.
Yeah.
But don't get me wrong, Limbo... If Limbo wasn't nearly as good as it was, people wouldn't be saying that. But the thing is, it still sets the staple of how good it was. And this doesn't quite capture the puzzles and the adventure element of Limbo, but it doesn't come too far away from doing it. I can't give a final score because I've still got to finish this episode, which I'm hoping to do tonight. And then the review will be up on Monday, and it launches on Wednesday on the Xbox, and then it launches the following Tuesday on PlayStation. But it's a game that I don't know what the pricing of it is yet, but episode 1 at the moment, I'm saying check it out. It looks good.
Okay.
And that rounds up the small list of games that I played Over Christmas. Dan.
Oh, going to me?
Go on, yeah.
You're
Right,
probably
okay.
the second most.
Well,
so.
I doubt it, because of course over the Christmas period I was away in
yeah.
Guernsey,
Yeah.
so I only have
Where?
my Nintendo Guernsey. It's
No,
part of the
really.
Channel Islands. It's one of the richer ones because they are tax exempt.
Oh,
So that's
yeah.
where the money is.
fairly snobby then, I imagine.
Yeah.
Well, we
Guernsey.
wouldn't let you
Pretentious.
there. So
I can use it.
That's correct.
yeah, pretentious. That's
Correct
the correct,
use
way
of
of
it.
using
Yeah,
it.
well done.
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah.
And we've got a drink. Remember, if you use the word correctly, you've got to take a drink. That's the
Is
game
that
we've
the
been
new,
playing.
Is that the new
rule?
game?
Hey.
Hey. So I've been playing a lot of Switch games, in the vain hope that it would keep me entertained.
And it did.
Oh.
Oh.
I saw you
No,
picked
it kind
up
of did.
Mantis Burns.
I picked up Mantis Burn Racing,
Okay.
and I picked up One More Dungeon.
That's
So-
that's the one that looks like Minecraft, isn't it? I saw it and was like, this looks like Minecraft.
What is it?
Yeah, it's nothing like Minecraft.
No,
So
I mean,
One More Dungeon is a
maybe you don't know about
first-person
Minecraft,
shooter, a roguelike first-person shooter that is very much like Wolfenstein. Would be the
Oh.
best way of describing
Oh, wow,
it.
okay.
Except instead of fighting Nazis, you're fighting snails
Oh.
and other
okay.
bats and things like that. And of course, if you die, you've got to start all over again because it's a roguelike. And you can buy different
Does
bits
anything
to up it.
carry over from your death, or is it a
You
case
collect
of...
No,
stuff.
you collect crystals, which you can then use to buy bits, which will then increase either your health for the
Oh,
next
so
run
similar
through
to
or
that
allow you-
Sundered that I was playing.
Is it
Yes,
like that?
yeah, kind of,
Okay.
and that was all right.
Okay.
All right, well,
It
there
was-
you go. That's not,
it was
that's not
enjoyable.
terrible, is
It was
it?
quite reasonably priced, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, it's dirt cheap,
Yeah.
which is what I was like. I
Is it-
would have
so
that.
that's $7
That
quid?
already
It was
marks
like
it
£7,
up higher.
yeah,
So
yeah.
if it's decent and really cheap, then
Decent
it's
and
like-
cheap. I'm like, and I will have you. Like, welcome
Yeah,
to
sorry.
my Switch.
I saw it's £7, but this is prejudiced of me massively, but just jumping on there and looking at just a couple of screenshots, I was like, this just looks like Minecraft, so I didn't go on it. I didn't even read into it
Oh,
more.
well, looking it up now.
Yeah, look at
and that
it.
is
It
very
is
prejudiced
very
to me.
pixelated. It is
Does
that
it-
old
does it
style
use cubes,
graphics.
like, or is it just Wolfenstein?
Oh, it's
style graphics?
it's
with
more
sprites,
pixelated.
You do
than
know
Wolfenstein.
Wolfenstein 2 is coming to Switch this year.
Really?
I find
I
that
tell you
mental.
what,
I did
having
not know that.
played my first shooter, which is what this is on the Switch, I don't want to play a shooter on the Switch
Really? Why?
unless I'm sat back with the control pad.
Okay.
Do
That's
not
not-
want to walk around
Yeah.
with
Is it not? This is bad then.
It's awful.
Why?
Because the analog sticks are too small to be able to cope with a shooter.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah.
So you're not getting the full movement. They're both in completely the wrong places. Because you've got your two fingers
So,
up there, it
you say-
doesn't work.
So I
you're
get
down
this,
like that.
yeah.
You're playing like
I
that.
get
Wow,
that
okay.
shape wrong, but you say the wrong places because they're slightly offset, aren't they?
Yeah.
Like the Xbox controller.
No. When you're playing on an Xbox controller, the handles go out that way, which allows for the curvature of the hand.
Okay,
which they're
'cause I'll be
designed.
honest-
When you're playing on the Switch, it is
I'll
perfectly
be honest.
straight
Economics,
down.
folks.
I'll be honest. FPS,
Welcome to science, motherfuckers.
Makes or breaks.
FPS games, I prefer the Xbox controller by a mile.
Okay.
The triggers are so nice on the Xbox controller.
The thing I
They're
prefer
fine on
about
PS4 though.
the thing I
They're
prefer
fine,
about the
but they're
Xbox
They're worse on
controller.
PS3. PS3 was.
The better thing about the Xbox controller than the PS4 for shooters is being English and Western is our hands are bigger. And the Xbox controller is made for bigger hands.
Is that a
than-
thing?
Yes,
Big
it really
hands.
is. You'll notice that the
Big gloves.
difference between Xbox controllers and the PlayStation controllers is actually PlayStation is made for smaller hands.
PS3 definitely. PS4 definitely beefed up.
Do you remember the
They're
original?
a little bit bigger, but it's
Do you
still
remember the
slightly
original
smaller.
PS3 controllers? The Sci-Axis ones? Or what?
6-axis.
Yeah,
Six
oh
axis.
my god, they were fucking bad.
Well, they're alright.
They were so bad. Like,
They, to be honest, the size and shape never changed.
no, they
Material
were just,
changed and they got rid of the 6-axis.
yeah. The
but-
6-axis was
6-axis was
so
hilarious.
bad.
Do you remember Uncharted where they because it's a launch game?
Oh, yeah, they went-
where you're like, you're on the log and you're doing this.
I'll just hold it still. Oh,
Yeah,
look, I made
exactly.
it across.
Yeah, it's crap.
Yeah.
Journey tried to use that as well, didn't it?
Yes, it
Because
did.
it's like, use this to turn the camera.
No.
The PlayStation controller's still got that now, though. The PS4 controller.
Does it?
Yeah, there's
Yeah. It's got motion sensors and all that.
on Invector, you have to pop it up
No, you don't.
to boost on Invector.
Oh, you got like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's motion control, isn't it?
I suppose, but
Yeah.
but it's not the same.
It's not the same.
It's,
Six
not,
axis.
it's not
different
turning
tech.
the camera, and it's just going like that, isn't it?
Yeah, but it still has to have the technology in there to register motion
I
control.
don't know if it is 6-axis though.
No, it's not 6-axis.
Oh my god, girls!
It's
Just
not
calm down.
6-axis. It's what I'm trying to say is the PlayStation 4 controller now has motion control ability in there.
No, I don't. Yeah,
Anyway,
that's
so I played One More Dungeon. which was cheap and it was good fun, but it didn't keep me entertained for that long.
But like
Because it's actually really... I've never fucked a prostitute.
Whoa.
I'm just saying.
I've never had to pay anyway. I don't know where the fuck to go from there, man.
So this game, where we scored.
One more dungeon.
One
more dungeon. It was okay. I enjoyed it for a bit, but it didn't have enough to keep me going.
Okay.
I bought everything that I would need to be able to complete it.
And that's what roguelites need,
And then I was
isn't it?
like...
That's what roguelites need for that.
You keep playing.
Yeah.
You need more. You
Like
need
the Binding of Isaac.
Binding of Isaac, there was always new
I
weapons
play
to
it so
find,
much.
new
People
bits
put
to
in like
find.
200, 300, 400 hours on that game and still play more of it. I've played 5 hours of it on PlayStation and it wasn't for me. But it's not to say it's a
I
bad
really
game.
want to play it. I've never touched that game.
It's a really good game,
Yeah.
and it does have that I want to collect more, and you find new weapons and new combinations and things like that, which will take you further in the game. And
So what did you think about
Mantis Burn
Mantis Burn
Racing.
Racing?
I've played
After having read your review and have you talk about it, I was disappointed.
Oh really?
Yeah,
Okay.
because
You got the Switch. Correct me if I'm wrong. I've not played it on. I've only played it on Switch.
I've only played it on the Switch.
But the Switch version comes with everything because I reviewed the OG version, which was just the Foundation game.
Right.
But you got Battle Cars and the Winter Mountain DLC. Is that right? In the
Yeah,
Switch?
yeah, you get the
so
whole
I
thing.
didn't get all that.
Okay.
My original review was just on the base game.
Well, that
That
makes
would
it a little
make
bit
it
more
worse.
disappointing,
Yeah.
doesn't it? The racing was good fun.
Yep.
It's a
What did I give
nice
it in the
top-down
end? I gave
racing.
it a
I have
7.
no idea.
6.5, I think.
That's probably wrong.
I
6.5 or 7.
I don't pay attention
Do
to
you want me to
numbers.
look, Billy?
I think it's all...
Shall-
But-
isn't it-
I'll look.
Have a
for
look,
it.
Yeah, have a look.
because it's
But-
definitely not what you said.
The racing was good fun. It reminded me a lot of things like rock and roll racing and all these classic top-down, you move left and right to swerve around. It was good fun. But where I thought it lacked was the grind became huge.
It's very
Really?
RPG-ish in its progression system. It's
I didn't know
weird.
this.
Well, apart from
I've
the
only had a
fact-
couple of races on it. I've not actually probably played it.
That when you get to take your car to the garage, and you're supposed to be able to upgrade your car, but you're very limited because the upgrades you're allowed to use, you have to open in the game, and they're set as what you get. So you're like there going, right, I've got this really great car, it's got fucking kick-ass suspension, I want better acceleration. But you can't have better acceleration unless you've found that little circle thing that unlocks acceleration. So you look on the map and it's like 15 games ahead. Or it's not even 15 games ahead. You've just got suspension.
Yeah.
So you don't get to really choose how you're upgrading your car.
Sounds tedious.
And you're not going to get 15 games ahead unless you upgrade your car.
Yeah.
So you start there going, fine, I'll stick more suspension on it and I'll grind away for another 5 hours.
Yeah.
And it's that bit that really kind of ruined the game for me. Because the racing, great fun.
Have they still got the community challenges? So it used to be every week it changed. It'd be like, you have 12 minutes to drive as far as you can on this map.
I didn't see any of those.
So you do that, and then it was like a leaderboard, and every week it changed. I used to love that mode of it. And I'd be interested, did you do the multiplayer on Switch where you put it...
Oh,
like,
yeah. I played with
How
my
does that
daughter
work?
on that. That was okay, apart from my daughter found the game incredibly boring and it was bland to look at. She couldn't see where she was going because everything is... The colour in it,
Yes.
I agree with her, is very much monotone.
That's what
It is.
I'm with her
It's
on
exactly
that.
what I said with in the review, was that the juxtaposition between the cars and the environments was crazy. Like, the environments looked stunning and the cars would look like low resolution assets.
Yeah, but
that
then
were
again,
kind of,
I mean, as you're
they
going
don't
around a
look
mud
crisp.
track, you go from brown into brown into a new section of brown, and then off into maybe a brown,
Yeah.
where you'll then hit brown again.
I gave it a
And you're like,
6.8.
6.8.
6.8. Okay, well,
So it's an
that
average
sounds-
game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoyed the racing. It's got a nice multiplayer bit. It has the ability to play better on the multiplayer,
Yeah.
but the grind was just
Too much.
there was a point where
It
you're
was.
there
I
going,
think
I can't be
the
arsed to
main
play.
game took me about 20 hours to finish, if I remember correctly, which is hence why I
It's quite hefty for...
rocked up and won a
Top-down
T-shirt
racing.
in the thingy.
Oh, yeah.
Guy was like,
EGX, yeah.
the guy was like, you just won like first lap. You won a T-shirt. I was like, yeah, I reviewed the game a year ago. Cheers, mate.
Thanks very much.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
He was like,
you dick.
I was
Come around
the
t-shirts.
third fastest time all day on that.
Yeah, you literally walked off with the sole purpose of winning that lap.
Yeah.
And then you came back with a t-shirt.
I said, I literally, I was so arrogant. I was like, I'll be 2 minutes.
Yeah.
I literally was like, yeah. Because I saw a map it was as well, and it was my favourite track, and I was like, I could do this easy. Done it, and was like, cheers, mate. Come back 2 minutes later, got a t-shirt.
So the only thing you won that entire time as well, so. Oh, yeah.
And you didn't win the
win that.
pigeon. You were given the pigeon.
You were given the pigeon, yeah.
You were given the pigeon. You did not win the pigeon.
Right.
And you won Apex Racing.
That's what he... Oh, no, I'm saying I won.
I'm just saying, he's there going, I won, and look at me champion, you won that.
What have you got to show for it, mate?
I don't need physical things to show that I'm a winner, because I imbue winning.
Imbue winning.
Yeah.
I imbue winning.
Seeps from my pores.
Does it?
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Does it?
It's quite...
Did you play any other indie games over the...
I didn't play any other indie games, no.
Did you play any other games?
Yes, I did play some other games, but I didn't play any other indie.
Go on, check
I
out
think the
something.
big one would be Star Wars Battlefront 2,
of course,
which I
yeah.
borrowed from my dad as a sort of... Because I didn't want to buy it.
Yeah,
Mainly as
excellent
a
choice.
fuck you moment
Yep.
to loot
Exactly the same.
boxes and the whole thing. I did not want to buy it. So I borrowed it from my dad, who... It came as he got himself a PS4 for Christmas, and obviously that was the one. It was part of the
That's because they're
bundle.
trying to get rid of it.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Star Wars Battlefront.
We're going to talk more about that, I think, in our Not So Indie show.
Yeah.
Because I've got a few thoughts that would be good to talk about as well.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
done the same, borrowed it from my brother-in-law, and played through the campaign. Played about an hour online. So.
Oh, I played more than an hour online. I played quite a bit online.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
I played
'cause
one
I
game of
was-
the Assault.
Galactic Assault.
Galactic Assault.
Yeah.
I played one game of that and was like...
I wanted to play every single one, and then I had to, as a fuck you, I wanted to be the robots from episode 1. and 2.
Roger.
Not robots, come on.
Roger.
I'm sorry,
Those
I
ones.
don't think they're
Droids.
droids.
They're battle droids.
Yeah.
Cool. Anything else, mate?
Yeah.
I had sex, which obviously Tom doesn't get because he wants to call it droids now.
Wait, you have what?
Oh, God. Oh, I love the tangents we've gone. Tom, I forgot to mention what else. I played Life is Strange because I know you played that as well.
Yes.
Yep.
Life is strange.
We've done our spoiler cast, which will be up actually about the same time as this.
Okay. We have, yeah.
Yep.
So
So,
that.
yeah, sorry, I just thought.
And on to our next
I think that was
part.
all you played, wasn't it?
I played a little bit of Invector again. I went on there just to make sure that I was destroying
What
Lewis.
score has this got in the end? Sorry, I don't actually read IndieCredible.com. What
score?
did
What did you get in the end?
What did he get in the end?
I got really high in the end.
You
No,
got,
not your score. What score
no,
did
the
it get?
score did the game get?
Yeah, it got high.
What?
No,
Eight-
what was it?
8.6.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
okay.
worthy of that, I think. It's yeah, I went on there, jumped on there again to make sure that I was still just completely
Champion.
destroying
Nailing it.
Lewis.
Yeah.
I've got one song.
There was.
Is that it?
That's probably because
Oh,
I haven't
man.
seen it, not because he's good at it. I looked through them all just to make sure. I didn't even play all the songs. I just looked at each one that he'd done. Lewis is shit at Invector, and I'm really good. There you go.
All right. I like that. That was good. I have to be honest, actually, and I have to give a little bit of respect to Tom here. I went back on and I was like, I'm going to beat some of his scores. I sat down, it was about 10 o'clock at night, I had a coffee there, and I was like, right, an hour now, I'm going to beat some of his scores. I went at one song for an hour.
Whoa,
One song for an hour.
Dude, this,
Wait.
this is going to be there
embarrassing.
forever.
Yeah, I got 100% on this song, and I was like, yes, get in there. Scores rolled, I was still 1,000 points behind him. I was like, what? I was like, this is broken. This is rubbish. This game is...
Whoa,
You're not
I
using
can't
your
believe you
boosts
fell
at the
on one
right
song.
point.
Yeah, you got to play system. I played on hard for a bit just to see what it's like.
Mate, that is brutal.
The thing is, I'm not even
hard.
good at the game. Lewis is just really bad.
How hard is hard?
It's really hard.
It's
I was
ridiculous.
getting B's, and like Em was sitting next to me, my girlfriend, and she was like,
I love the way you added that.
"Got a girlfriend, guys. That's right.
Got a girlfriend.
Off the market."
Apart from for Emma Watson. You'd have
Well,
missed that bit, but
that's
Emma
different.
Watson.
That's different. Yeah. She's special. But yeah, I got a B on a hard song, and I was like, holy fuck, that's a Lewis score. I felt embarrassed for myself because a B is a fucking Lewis score. Ugh.
All right, well,
A is to S plus is my bracket.
Right.
that wraps up what games we played over the Christmas break.
I played
quite a few.
Life is Strange Before the Storm.
You did as well.
Watch podcast.
And if
but
you want
there's a podcast about that one, which
there's
is
a
why we
whole
haven't gone
podcast about it.
Yeah.
35-minute long podcast.
Yeah.
I think just about our spoilers and why we thought it was
just sort
pretty.
of blast through it.
Yeah.
Obviously, the podcast isn't that great because I'm not in it, but
That is true. If
it'll
you look at me
be
closely,
acceptable.
if you look at me closely,
So should
I
we-
am weeping the whole time.
We're going to run through a little bit of news. I think then. Yeah.
Wow.
a little bit of oh god,
News.
what are we doing?
We've got to run through a little bit of news. And then we're going to go into a break. Which, if you are a Patreon supporter, you won't get a break. You won't get any adverts. You'll just carry on through. If you're not a Patreon supporter, then unfortunately you're going to get an advert. And hopefully for you, it's one of the ones you can skip after 5 seconds. If not, support us on Patreon, you won't get it. Anyway, so some news. I was quite intrigued by this. PUBG developers, they are Blue Hole, but they started up their whole section called PUBG Corporate or Corps. PUBG Corps.
Yeah.
Just to focus the team solely on PUBG, which is understandable. It is a game of service, isn't it? As much as you look at it, it hasn't got a main mission story to it, but it's still a game that you're going to be playing and playing and
Yeah,
playing.
it needs constant.
Come out and said that they
maintenance.
want the game to be available on every single console, including Nintendo Switch.
I saw this, yeah.
Yeah. Now they also said that there's a reason why they were paired with Xbox early on. Did you see this part?
Is it because they have...
They gave them a
Early
shit
access,
ton of
is that
cash.
Yeah. So Xbox basically are very loose on what games can go on there in early access. The game doesn't have to be good or even in a playable state. You remember what Conan Exile was like?
Yeah.
So it doesn't. Basically, as long as it's got an early access tied to it, it can be as janky as they want. And Xbox will out. PlayStation are like,
They're the opposite.
hell
yeah.
no. Like,
Yeah.
if you're putting a game on our store, it's got to be finished. It has got to be finished. So that's why they paired with Xbox early on.
Apart from Black Tiger, right?
Well, that was. Did you see Jim Sterling's video?
Jim Sterling's video, yeah.
Jim Sterling's video basically said, "Yeah, Sony said it's got to be perfect," and it cut to Black Tiger,
Like,
and it is a shock. But again,
Black Tiger.
it's
it's a massive piece of
a
shit.
piece
Oh,
of
cool.
shit.
I'll
It
buy
is.
it.
But
Yeah.
in Black Tiger's defence, it is a finished game that doesn't crash. It just looks shit.
Okay.
So like, it's not.
It's an asset flip that stole songs from other people
Yeah.
as well.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
cool.
I mean, this
Yeah.
is serious
Yeah.
Steam Greenlight shit that you would.
but it doesn't crash and it runs.
So I hear a distant rumble. Distracted
and
me.
it's a game.
End of the world.
Whereas PUBG,
Well, then find a way to go out, boys.
someone who jumped on PUBG the day it launched on Xbox, and it was for the first 2 weeks it was unplayable.
Yeah.
Like I was getting 3 games I was going into, 1 was finishing, the other I was getting booted from or wasn't even getting out into the thing. Like, and I get it's early access, but you're charging someone £27 for that. So, and I think though that I don't know if it's Microsoft's fault or if it was PUBG's fault, but someone along the line said it will be out this year. Someone, I reckon Microsoft said to them, "You can pair with us, but partner with us, but we want you out in 2017."
I would put money on that Microsoft turned round to them and said, "Look, we will give you this amount of money to come with us and to be able to help develop your product and do all of that lot, but we really need it out at this time because we're going to launch that."
Because-
and the guys at PUBG went,
Yeah.
fuck it, why not?"
Because I saw an interview on IGN from, I think it was, well, no, it was E3 when they announced it, wasn't it? It was coming to Xbox. And
Yeah.
it was an interview with the Blue Hole guys, and they were like, "Yeah, we've never developed for console. We have no idea what we're doing." They're like, "We don't know how to do any of this stuff."
But Microsoft turned up and said, "We'd give us a load of cash." And
Yeah.
we thought, fuck
Why
it.
not?
yeah.
That's definitely what happened. But no, so I suppose the bigger question is PUBG on Switch. What is the possibilities in the next, not this year, 2019? Will that game ever come to Switch?
Yes. And it would be god awful.
That's what I'm worried about. Will it? Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't be
guess it will.
surprised though.
No, it'd be awful.
I wouldn't
There's
be
no way the
surprised
Switch
now
can
if-
deal with it.
Because Fortnite, the ball's in their court really, because I reckon quite a few people. Well, PUBG sold 1 million copies in 24 hours on Xbox. I reckon you're going to get the diehards and stay around. And I will go back and play it when it's finished more. The only reason I'm not playing it more at the moment is because I haven't got the time to be trying to get a game. If I want to play a game, I need to be playing a game.
Yeah.
Hardcore will stay around. Fortnite, I'm probably laughing at the moment because I reckon how many people went, oh, PUBG's out now, I'll go buy it. Played it and went, well, fuck me, I can go play a finished product now on Fortnite. I wouldn't be surprised if this year we get an announcement that Fortnite's coming to a Switch.
And Fortnite will run better on the Switch than PUBG will, because of the way that Fortnite have dealt with the graphical side of it.
Maps. It's
Smaller maps, it's easy. The graphics take less strain on the processors and everything like that, so it'll work better on a Switch.
Fortnite
it
is
would definitely fit well on the Switch.
Yeah.
Fortnite is so much less taxing. Like if you run a CPU clock on your PC while PUBG is running, it is one of the most taxing games on your system. It's unbelievable how much power that game needs compared to other games. It's ridiculous. Like I've only played half an hour of it, and that's why I've not spoken about it more. But I've started playing Divinity Original Sin, the first one, because I want to play the first one before I go to the second one. That is a massive 60-hour RPG, which looks incredible. And I've found this app that probably everyone knows about anyway, where you can basically see how taxing it is on your computer. Divinity's using, I think, 30% of our power. PUBG's like 89% of the PC power. Like, it's ridiculous, and it's still. I mean, on PC now it does run very nice. It's a finished game on PC. Yeah. So,
but can you imagine the Switch trying to deal with that?
No chance. The Switch won't do it. No chance.
You're right.
I think it's dreamy that they're saying they want to be there. I've honestly can see this year. We're not doing predictions, but this year I think Fortnite will be on Switch by the end of the year.
I don't think it'll be on Switch.
Do you not?
No, not by the end of the year. Only because I don't. To be able to run a game like that, you're gonna need a lot more work on the background for it for the Switch.
Well, it also comes down to what we hear about Nintendo's online service.
Well, it's only like £20 for the year, so
yeah. But the moment it's got no chat, so if you do bring Fortnite over, you've got solo play. It does for squad play.
Fuck squad play. How many people play squad play?
It's like when you go on PUBG,
how many times are you on squad play? With people you know, not just randoms you've picked up.
No, but with people you know. I don't, but if you watch the streamers now, majority of the streamers do squad play.
Of course they do, because they need better streams. They need to look at it. It's the same way as if you watch like Ali A or Team Ireland. Oh, look, I'm going on this 30 kill streak. Yeah, because you've got a whole load of mates around you helping. It's that. If you want to run a stream, you need to be doing it with a group to make yourself look good.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But yeah,
like me, who'll go on and just look shit for you.
It's nice to see that PUBG they want it on all consoles. But I will say now, in the month that it's been available on Xbox, it has made massive steps. It's still a long way off of it, but and Darwin Project will get a beta this year on Xbox, and I urge anyone, if you can get hold of a code, bloody play that game on beta, because
do you think that would be better on Switch?
It won't on Switch. It's Microsoft exclusive.
But if they were both on Switch,
Darwin Project definitely. Again,
so that's just your top no matter what.
At the moment,
seems to be the one he's been like, fuck PUBG. Fuck
Fortnite, I've probably got 6 hours Fortnite, not loads. Probably 20 hours PUBG, and probably about the same 20 hours on Darwin through the alphas.
That's here.
And the Darwin is by far got so much more that it's not necessarily a better game. I relate with more. I enjoy more because it's not a case of I'm mindlessly hunting to try and find someone to kill them. I've got to think about my survival. Everything's got to be planned. Everything is premeditated. I can't go over here because I can see in the distance there's a glowing tree stump. Someone's been over there and harvested. There's either going to be someone over there. So if I'm in a good position, if I've got the resources, I'll go there because I'll cultivate that tree stump to be able to find where they are and track them.
Yeah.
If I haven't got the resources, I need to get the other way to make sure I'm as safe as possible. Yeah. And then I need to make sure I'm planning where I'm putting my fire to make sure no one's going to be around me. And I enjoy Darwin Project so much more. And Darwin Project would be amazing on Switch, but it's a Microsoft exclusive, so it's only going to PC and Xbox. Next up, we've got Rocket League.
Oh,
I found this amazing. Rocket League this Christmas. So obviously released on Switch in November. It sold 2 million copies on the Switch over Christmas, and it's now broken the 40 million players, not sales, players mark. I say not sales because remember it was free on PlayStation at the beginning. But it has 40 million registered players who have played that game.
Shh, if you listen carefully, you can hear Destiny 2 players weeping.
That is insane. 40 million players on Rocket League.
Unsurprising though, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah, because it's incredibly simple.
Yeah, no,
It's really hard to master, but it's incredibly simple to get into. And as a parent, you can turn around to your kid and they'll go, "Oh, can I have Rocket League?" And you're like, "Oh God, what the hell's Rocket League? Are they going to kill people?" "Nah, it's football with cars. It's yours."
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
No, I completely agree, and even to the point of where I can imagine at Christmas, kids would get it and say grandparents like, "Oh, here you go, granddad. Here's a controller. What have I got to do? You got to control the car and put the ball in the net."
Yeah.
Like anyone can play it. You hold down a button and you steer. Granted, when you watch those pros, that is
so hardcore now.
insane.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to watch pros, you've got to watch us play Rocket League.
Oh fucking hell.
I'm so good. I'm so good.
But that,
it's amazing.
I mean, I was watching. This genuinely amazed me the other day. On we actually cancelled Sky now, but when we had Sky at the beginning of December, I was just flicking through the Sky channels. Rocket League was on Sky main event, where it's called now, Sky One, as an esport competition. I was sitting watching Rocket League on Sky, the channel that airs 40 Premier
But
League
as you were
games.
saying, if you watch the people who are really fucking good at it,
Oh my god!
it's insane the stuff they do. I mean, seriously,
Yeah.
I'm joking about us playing it
Yeah.
because we were shit.
we're so bad.
But these
It's
guys,
so bad.
it is truly, you watch and you go, that can't be possible. How the...
There was a
and
game
they
I
know
watched
how to
where
do
I
it.
think less than a minute was spent on the floor.
Yeah.
Like it was in
On
it
the
was
ceilings,
scary.
on the walls,
Oh
doing
my
all
God.
sorts of...
The ball, I was like, it's insane, absolutely insane, and it's about 40 million players. I mean, I should have, if I was good at my job, would have got a perspective of what that's beaten. The only game I know that's beaten more than that is GTA 5, which I think is up to 85 million sold now, but that's like an anomaly on its own.
I think the problem is the where it lists between the players that are still playing
Yeah.
and then how many people
I'd say
they
that.
claim played it.
It's obviously got a
Call
big-
of Duty World War II.
Yeah.
That's 120 million
Of course,
players.
yeah. I'd say there's still a lot of people playing
Which is
it.
just pun.
I'd say there's still a lot of people playing it because the Switch. The Switch has reboosted that. And also remember, it's cross-platform minus PlayStation. So Switch, you're playing with it, Xbox and PC. Because it's a game that you can have cross-platform. Why PlayStation don't just go, yeah, we're going to eat our words, here you go, cross-platform. It's ridiculous. But
I don't get it either.
elitists. And then we have one more piece of news, which is fresh in off the press.
Wow, yeah, it's hot.
It is hot off the press.
Oh, watch out,
But
that is hot.
it's
That
not
is
gonna-
the press.
It's not going to be that exciting for many people.
Oh,
I'm afraid.
okay.
Oh, no, it's not even.
I find it exciting.
It's
but
lukewarm off the
yeah.
press.
Oh, it's like a fresh poppadom.
the vanishing of Ethan Carter was a walking sim. Walking sim game. It was the game that I mentioned before, if you remember, where you had the room puzzles. Do you remember where you... He's going to sit now. Vanishing of Ethan Carter, it's only been on PlayStation and PC. It's now come to Xbox One with an Xbox One X enhanced touch on it, which will be amazing because...
Oh, walking sim in
No.
4K.
Walking sims are very pretty, Dan, alright?
it will be amazing. 'Cause
Just hold my pants down. I'm getting too excited.
that game is genuinely stunning. So in Xbox One X, it'll be amazing. But it's also coming a whole new game mode. What the game mode is, I haven't got a clue.
Walk slower.
The game mode is, it says here, developers have said, it's a new mode that will sit perfectly with people who want to search the nooks and crannies.
It's a sitting sim. You're in a wheelchair. Yes. Now, as long as you can do little wheelies and those spin things, I'm fucking in.
It will sit perfectly with anyone who wants to explore all the nooks and crannies of Red Creek, which Red Creek is the area obviously the game is set. What it is, I don't know, but it's one that really encourages exploration.
Flying.
Flying.
No, I'm serious. I bet it's flying. So
You
you
think
fly
it's
around. Like no
And,
foot.
and you just,
I-
you're just searching.
Yeah.
It's got nothing
It's
related to it.
exploration.
Yeah.
It's
I
no
reckon it's not
restrictions.
flying. Oh, you mean like Minecraft builder mode? Like where you can go and do what you want?
Creative, yeah. I guess.
Save
yeah,
mode.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say the same without flying. I reckon it is. You can go anywhere, do what you want, but there is no narrative tied to where you got to go.
Oh my god, it's a walking sim with no narrative. How to make this game shitter.
You back off.
Dan loves walking sims. Although, honestly, I don't know if... I bet you now
Yep.
there are less than 2 walking sims to release this year.
Oh my god. I knew 2018 was going to be a good year.
I just
But I
think
didn't
it's...
know it was going to be this
I
good.
hate to say this, but I
How
think...
about announce? Can we say announce?
Well, because because Fulbright, I'm going to release another one.
right.
Because Tacoma only came out last year.
Yeah.
Chinese Room, I've gone
They're
on
gone,
hiatus.
they're gone.
Broke up.
Not Unfinished Swan.
Just the game.
That's the game that they released. I'm trying to think of the title now.
I don't know.
I can't remember.
Giant Sparrow. They released What Remains of Edith Finch last year. Yeah.
So it looks like we're going to have a really good year for indie games.
Okay, well that wraps up
Fucking
what we played, and that wraps up our news. It's not loads of news, but it is the start of the year, so you don't expect loads of news. We're going to take a short break now. Those of you who are on Patreon, then stay around because you're going to go straight into the next section. If you're on YouTube, then you are going to have a short break and advert. We apologise.
Well, come on, man. They're still watching. Let's be nice.
Sorry.
They're watching the ads, so that gets us
Get
money.
on Patreon.
Then you're going to take a short ad break now, and then we will see you after the break, and we're going to talk about we'll share 3 indie games each that we are most anticipated about. That we're most excited for to release this year. So,
I'm anticipating.
Make sure you stick around and join us after the break. Welcome back, and thanks for joining us for the last part of the Indie Credible podcast, where we're going to share 3 indie games that we cannot wait to play this year each. If you've listened to us in the past, or you follow us, guys, you know that we all have very different tastes in games.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What we like. I would say we're different in what we're good at, but Tom's not good at any game.
Apart from rhythm games, apparently.
Well, the thing is,
yeah.
I'm not. I never
Okay.
claim to be good at them.
So
Lewis is just really fucking bad. Okay, I want to make that very clear to everyone.
So yeah, we're going to share 3 games each that we cannot wait to play, and that you should probably go and definitely check out. I just want to plug as well, there is a video currently on YouTube that we done. Actually, that's a lie. I done. But I did noticed that I think these guys have said to me in the past about games to look out for in 2018. For example, Racing Apex was purely in there because Tom absolutely loved it.
And I'm also great at
And
that, so.
I don't know what I put in there for Dan.
Nothing, because
Nothing
I
for
never
Dan.
tell Lewis
Yeah.
about what's coming out indie game wise because he has no taste. So I like to keep them to myself. So that's where Sexy Brutale came from, Cat's Quest, Hellblade was the one I was after.
Yep.
So, if you're going to look at the top 10 games that came out, large majority of those games in our 27 list came from here.
Yeah, Dan's pretty class with his choices, I must say.
Okay, I'm going to start us off.
Yes!
I'm going to start us off. I'm going to
love
start us
this
off with a
bit.
game that's coming out very soon. And that's why I'm going to say start off with it.
Yeah.
And that is Past Cure by Phantom 8. It's coming out on the 2nd of February.
Yes.
Okay.
A Past Cure is a game where you follow a guy who he's an ex-military personnel. He's been experimented on for the last couple of years, or for the last year. And these experiments have left his mind with supernatural abilities. And he must now go through the world he basically can't remember his past. And by going through the world, he's trying to identify, similar kind of to Deadpool, 1, who's been experimented on him, and 2, why. Now, similar to Inception, for another kind of thing, gameplay plays out part in his dreams or nightmares, as the synopsis says, and part in reality. Now, I get the impression you're not going to know which is which. And it's all about you trying to identify what are his nightmares and what is reality. It's very cinematic in its presentation. It's third person over the shoulder camera. It looks extremely polished. It looks really nice visuals. The supernatural abilities allow you to slow down time, Max Payne style. Allow you to speed up time, and they also allow you to. I think I might be wrong by saying this, but I think you can manipulate someone through mind control, like basic mind control, to make them convinced someone's against them. So, basically put enemies against each other. Yeah. But it's a combination of that. It's a combination of third-person action and then this kind of cinematic narrative that I cannot wait to play the game. And we will definitely be reviewing this game when it releases on the 2nd of February. Dan, you had a...
Yeah, and I've got to say, it's one bit that really worries me about this game is, you remember Quantum Break?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Everything I've seen from this trailer has
Yeah.
been very much Quantum Break,
Yeah.
and the gameplay aspects have been small puzzle sections or quick time events. And I'm really worried that what we're going to get is a quick time event puzzle game with FMV video. Well, not
Well, there is.
full,
So
but
there's
you know what I mean.
There's no there's no FMV in it. This game's pure gameplay, or in-game engine. Sorry,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
not. Yeah,
Yeah, but I'm worried that you're going to get
I
lots
see
of
what you mean, yeah.
cutscenes
It's all
and then in
Okay.
between.
Pre-rendered.
Yeah.
And that worries me.
I can see why that's a
every time
worry.
I played one of those games, I've been disappointed.
Yeah, I can see why that's a worry because it is.
I mean, that's the way it is.
yeah.
I've got to be honest.
It takes away from actual gameplay.
And it's not me trying to be stereotypical at all, but as soon as the more I look at the game, I can't believe that this is being developed by a small independent studio because it looks that good. So part of me is thinking, if a game's looking that good, is it pre-rendered QuickTime events? Like, is that the issue of
Well,
it? Like,
yeah,
like
and
you
watch
look
the
at,
trailer and you will see a large majority of it is QuickTime events
it's
and
clearly not
cutaway
gameplay.
puzzles.
do you remember The Order 18?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
So like, I really liked that game, and it was probably before Horizon the most attractive, like pretty looking game on the PlayStation. But it was very linear.
I heard it was short as fuck.
It was short, and it was a lot of quick time events. You had, and the only real action come through these set pieces where you'd, like the original Uncharted, you'd go behind cover on this wall, and then people would come down, you'd kill them, and then you go through this little corridor to the next part, and you do the same. Yeah, I can see why you're worried, but I'm going to stay optimistic. And yeah, Phantom 8 Past Cure, it's called, and it's coming out on the 2nd of February, so not long at all.
It's not long at all.
No. Go on then, Dan. We'll go to you this time.
Okay, I don't know how to play this. Do I go with the one that I'm really excited for first, or do I save that till the end? Okay, so let me start with UFO 50, which is a collection of
So obvious he was going to choose this,
retro
isn't it?
games that have been
Second I saw it, I
manipulated.
was like, oh, there you go.
But what I really like about it, and it's something I used to love doing as a guitarist, was you can know all your scales, you can know your modes, you can know how to make a song using all these different chord changes and time signatures. You could create a Rush song and be like, fuck yeah, look at me, I'm amazing. But there are only a very small amount of people who can appreciate those. But what takes real skill is taking the skill of being able to play those songs and then limit yourself. And say, you know what, I'm going to restrict my palette of what I can choose to create this to an 8-bit system using all of the same old powers and bits that we have to make the games. But I'm going to try and add modern gaming mechanics, modern game ethos to it. How we like to play now. It's kind of... I always had a dream that one day I'd own a DeLorean. Right? But I know damn well the engine inside it is shit. You do not want the steel frame around it, but what if I could make a DeLorean using carbon fibre, a modern Ferrari engine? It looks like a DeLorean, so I can have my flux capacitor in the back. Fuck you, anyone who doesn't have a flux capacitor in the back of the DeLorean. That's not a DeLorean. And just make this really classic
usable
car,
DeLorean,
but with modern engines, modern ideas, modern design behind it. And that's what UFO 50 is. They've created 50 games being restricted in what they can do.
It's crazy. It does look crazy.
And it's immense. It's by the people who did Spelunky, Downfall, and Time Barons. Is that right? Yeah, Time Barons. I nearly said Time Bandits, which is one of my favourite movies. But Time Barons. And it looks incredible. There are RPGs, there are shmups, there are racing games, there are platformers.
And the rumour is that these games aren't like half-hour. There's some like little card games. There's some 20-hour games in there. Like, it's mental.
Full-on RPGs, but it all looks like you're playing it on the old NES, probably SNES actually, looking at some of the graphics. And I really love that idea. I don't know if it's going to be the greatest game ever. I don't know if it's going to be the game of the year, but purely as someone who loves the idea of
50 games on one disc
50 games
or one
on
download. How much are you going to price that at, do you reckon? How much is that going to come in at?
I'd probably be around the 20 quid mark.
Do you reckon I can say 30?
No, I don't see them doing it at 30.
I see $29.99.
No,
I don't think people are going to be that easy to get money off for a game that looks old. I know it isn't.
I also don't think the company need to do it because they've got Spelunky 2 coming out.
Yeah, they have.
So this is actually more of a passion project.
Yeah.
So they're going to want more people to play it and go, look what we can do. Look at the amazing games you could play. Fuck graphics. Graphics aren't the important bit. The important bit is gameplay, design, and mechanics. And I think we're going to find in these 50 games maybe 4 or 5 games that will blow our minds, and we'll be like, oh my god, this is what every single game should be doing from now on. And that's what I'm really excited by UFO 50.
Nice.
Damn.
Nice.
There you go.
Pray for the gods.
Pray for the gods.
A game I'm so passionate about. no, but honestly, look, I've only really just found out about it. So
Yeah.
This is by No Matter Studios.
Yeah.
Just to help Tom out.
Thank you.
And it's the first game, isn't it? It was a
Yes.
Kickstarter
and
game.
it's
Yeah.
fucking sick.
It does it very
For a
good.
first game,
It does it very
It
good.
essentially looks like a new Shadow of the Colossus,
Yeah.
a new and improved, and that's the best
Well,
picture in the world, isn't it?
I think for those of us who played The Last Guardian and were just disappointed, especially after Ico and Shadow of the Colossus and all these amazing games where we're like, bloody hell, this is what gaming can be. And Last Guardian came out, and I don't know.
years? Was it 12
I don't know.
years?
It was something
10.
crazy, wasn't
10.
it?
10 years.
But we were still there going, this isn't right. This doesn't feel like the studio.
Yeah.
Everything I've seen about Pray for the Gods is Shadow of the Colossus without us having to buy another HD remake.
Just look at the trailer, and it's like
It's spelled
obviously
slightly
it's
different, isn't it?
Pray with an E instead of an A.
Pray with an E.
It's
got
an
both.
EA.
It's
Preay.
Yeah.
Not when I had it.
No, yours will say...
Yeah, it changed very recently for copyright reasons.
Yeah, when they first started, it was Prey as in Prey when you're hunting something.
Yeah.
It's something you're hunting.
Right, okay.
Unfortunately, due to copyright reasons, they've had to add an A into
So it's
it.
Preay. Yeah.
So that no one else is following them on it.
I'm sure you'll find it.
It's really easy. You can just
Yeah.
type in Pray for the Gods and you will find it.
literally like the first thing.
Because that is how I found it as
Yeah.
well.
But it's not just obviously a carbon copy of Shadow of the Colossus. It's very like stylistically original looking. You've got like a grappling hook and all these other weapons going on. It's more than just a rip
So
off.
I didn't include this in our 10 recommended games 2018 because I don't think it will release this year. It was when it released last year. It got delayed. They're a 3-team studio. It was a 2015 Kickstarter game. It looks hugely ambitious. I can't see it releasing this year. I
think it's going to be a Last Guardian and have 10-year.
I hope I'm wrong.
I think it will come out this year.
I
I think we're talking Q4. We're talking the very end of it.
Yeah.
You know, and when it does come out, I don't think it'll be fully finished. And that doesn't mean it won't be graphically stunning. It doesn't mean your first however many bosses you go through won't be really good. But I think we may find a very quick ending to it.
Okay.
And I think that's how they're going to get
Well,
around
that's the issue with Kickstarter's great, but when you go on Kickstarter route, you have deadlines to hit, don't you? You have people that have paid this money and they're like, well, where's our game? We've paid this money. Look at Shenmue 3.
Yeah.
People are like, we've paid this money. Where's our game? Like, we've paid all this money. We want it.
Yeah.
And yet again, they're there going, it's going to be this year. I don't believe it. I've stopped believing that Shenmue 3 is going to even make it.
I think you're right in believing that. But no, Pray for the Gods, it does it pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And like I would have included it in there just in my head. I can't quite see it releasing this year.
Yeah.
That's all. We've not even seen any. The devs have done a couple of streams where they've played it, but their streams have always been the same part. And I'm like,
Yeah.
we need
That is a
more
bit worrying.
tangible evidence. But who knows? All right, my next one is Ooblets or Oblets, as some people are calling it. I think Americans are saying Oblets and we're saying Ooblets.
Well, it's double O, so it's
Yeah,
oob.
it's
Yeah,
oob,
Ooblets.
obviously, yeah.
Ooblets, what a game Ooblets looks. So Ooblets, I can sum this up for you by combining two games together.
Pokemon and Stardew
Stardew
Valley.
Valley. Yeah, there
Fucking
we go.
yeah. Oh, that is it. That is real, as you say. And how adorable does the game look?
It's so cute. It really is.
So effectively you...
I just want to hate on this game, but I
it's-
can't.
it
It
does
is.
look
It's right.
so
It's bloody
nice.
cute.
The classic, you get given a pretty rundown farm. You got to build this farm up. You can build a farm up by planting your veg and all that stuff, cultivating the land, and then you have to plant these little cute ooblets, and they hatch or grow as these little kind of small ones, and then as you build them up, train them, you can take them out to hunt wild ooblets, and then when you capture and train wild ooblets, you can then take on other ooblet trainers in RPG style turn-based battles,
In the Ooblet
and-
League, you could buy Ooblet Red or Ooblet Blue.
and then you can become the best ooblet trainer in all the land. And I'm literally like, you don't understand how. And it's Double Fine. Double Fine only put their name to stuff that is genuinely good. Like,
Okay, I'm going to stop you there straight away. Double Fine are really good at finding titles that are great but unfinished.
Yeah, but
Double Fine, every Double Fine game I've ever played, I've been like, oh my god, I bloody love this. And then here's a whole load of flaws. And you're just like, shit! Because I fucking love this game, but I can't turn around to people and go, oh my god, you've got to play this game, it's the greatest game ever.
That is
because
until
of these flaws.
Ooblets.
That is until Ooblets.
That is until
the game
Ooblets.
changer.
One of my favourite games ever is Brutal Legends.
Yeah.
Right.
Double
Kick-ass soundtrack, Jack Black being amazing in it. It's got really clever mechanics where you can move troops around who are all metalers.
Yeah.
You know, Ozzy Osbourne fixes your car. You don't need much more than that going on. But there's so much wrong with that game that each
It's a
time I
cult
turn
classic,
around to
isn't
someone
it?
and
It
go,
is a
you know
cult-
what, I love Brutal Legends.
Yeah.
And they're like, it's shit. And you're like, I can't argue you, but I love it.
Yeah, but no, Double Fine are only promoting, or not promoting this, producing this. They're the producers on it.
Yeah.
They're not the developers. Developers are Glumberland.
Which basically means we're going to get a really great game with flaws.
No, we're not.
We
But
are.
no,
It's
Ooblets-
going to be an
we can't
amazing
say
game
that.
that I'm
Ooblets
going to want to
is-
turn around and go, oh my god, everyone play. But I can't.
I first saw Ooblets at Gamescom.
2 years ago.
Gamescom, I think
first saw it.
2016.
2016, yeah.
And been keeping a kind of close eye on it. I mean, it's announced releasing this year. There's no confirmed release date yet, but I'm gonna say I reckon that's about a late Q2, so like summer game. I reckon.
Yeah.
that'd be
Yeah.
summer game.
Pokemon is the only turn-based.
It's about
game
the
I
right
play,
time for
so
RPG.
I might play Ooblets.
Ooblets looks seriously good. See, and we definitely again will be reviewing the hell out of that.
I want that on the Switch.
Yes.
Yeah, that'd
That's
be good.
the one I want to play.
Very Switch.
It's coming to PS4 and Xbox One and PC at first.
Yeah.
But I can't imagine. The Switch is...
Well, I'm guessing you're going to review it, aren't you?
I've already shotgunned the review.
Yeah.
what
So I'm
surprise,
going to
yeah.
wait for it to come out on the Switch and then I'm going to grab it.
It seems like they always come to the Switch last because Nintendo are so difficult.
Well, yeah, and also a lot of the games that come in Switch now were out before the Nintendo Switch release. And Switch is out to 12 million copies, and they're predicted, or they're anticipating to sell another 30 million this year. So they do that, then developers will be idiots not to put their game out to another 40 million people.
Yeah.
So cool. So that's two of mine done. Dan, what's your second one?
Okay, my next one is Tunic by Andrew Shoulder.
Oh my
Yes,
god, this
yeah.
looks amazing.
Oh.
You're a little fox.
Yeah, it is an isometric Zelda, going back to the old school Zeldas.
But as a fox.
But yeah,
But
as a
you're a
fox.
fox.
And this is coming out by, Finji, who brought us Night in the Woods.
Yeah.
And you can definitely see a graphical style
Finji
going on
would
between.
have the producers,
publishers.
publishers for
Yeah.
Night in the Woods Infinite
Yeah.
Fall developed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just lovely. It's beautiful. It's going to give you that Zelda type gameplay that I prefer compared to the new Zelda. Yeah, I know it's open world and you can do all that. I like the isometric look. I'm a retro gamer, so I'm going to like
It
that
looks
shit.
Naturally,
absolutely
yeah.
adorable.
It looks
And
great.
It does. It looks
Yeah, like
beautiful.
visually, it's
Nice
just awesome
combat.
looking.
It's not going to be overly simplistic, but it's going to have nice build to it, according to what they're saying at the
Cat
moment.
Quest with a fox.
Yeah, step up graphically
Yeah.
from
Yeah,
Cat
yeah.
Quest. But I mean, if they manage to hit the charm level of Cat Quest and have that sort of every
Cat Quest
couple of
was
minutes,
seriously-
Potential game of the year. Are we talking?
Cat
Well,
Quest
well,
was
it could be.
seriously polished. Like
Cat Quest was really good,
Yeah.
and it had that movement between your missions at the right pace that
Yeah.
you didn't stop playing.
Yeah, I
So
know.
if they can do this with Tunic, if you can have that right pace of you moving through missions and getting to different areas, and there being a nice challenge, yet it taking you that little bit further.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, this could be contender for Game of the Year.
I hope it is.
Tunic looks. I mean, it's not going to be Ooblets, but Tunic does. Tunic looks. It looks seriously cute, and you're a little fox, and it's an isometric action game. It does look amazing.
Yeah, I'm excited
Yeah,
by that
I
one.
am too. Yeah, I actually really want to play it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
So-
Vampire.
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 My name is Dracula.
Dracula. Yeah. Well, Vampire. By Don't Nod. Yeah, Entertainment. Is it Entertainment or Games?
Don't know entertainment.
Yeah. It's their new project and it looks fucking good. We talked about it a lot last year.
seriously
good,
That
yeah.
summertime. There was some trailers came out.
It was meant to release in November. It was initial release date was November last year, and it's
Yeah.
been pushed back to spring this year.
And it's like a dark sort of RPG.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to call it.
It's an action game where you play as a doctor who is doing all you can to cure the city of London, set in the 1920s of London.
Oh, is it?
So you're doing.
I thought it was earlier than
so
that.
no, it's 1800s of London.
Yeah.
You're doing all you
Victorian
can
era,
to cure this plague or this flu that's sweeping through the city. But also, the people you're trying to cure, the people you need to feed off to survive.
Because you
as
are
a vampire.
vampire.
And each person you see in the street has like a very small social card that kind of gives you a very small snippet of information about who they are. So you might go bank robber or something like that, and you're going to then choose to then kill that person, but then that person could have a tangible link to someone else later in the game.
Who you kill has an impact on the social environment of the people.
So it's kind of like the Shadow of Mordor's kill system,
the Nemesis,
Nemesis system.
But it makes you feel way worse because also when you kill someone and you're feeding off them, you can hear their final thoughts.
Oh,
and it's like you hear horrible stuff about how that they're gonna miss their children and what's their wife gonna what's happening. My wife, she's at home, she's not gonna hear from me and all that. So you feel like a right.
I've got the
about when you're killing someone, you feel like just the worst person ever.
I've just got images now of that Rick and Morty episode when he's like, "Just shoot the aliens." He's like, "They're just minus aliens."
Oh, yeah. They're robots, Morty. They're robots.
Oh my god, it's my kid. Damn my kid. I love that.
But it just looks so cool and dark, and the atmosphere is just so like you want to get in there.
It looks one of the most atmospheric games going, and I did say this was featured in our 10 recommendations for 2018, and it is very much similar to Hellblade.
It looks so AAA.
It sits that line between indie and AAA, where its price tag is $39.99, so it's not quite sit full AAA. It isn't it's Focus Home, so they're still an independent publishers.
Yeah.
But it does look as polished as a
absolutely.
AAA.
Yeah. It looks awesome.
Nice.
So back to me.
It's back to you, mate.
There we go.
It's your last one.
Final game is going to be a game that I absolutely loved after playing at EGX, and I banged on about it for ages. I even come home, I wrote a preview about it, I done a video feature about it, and I cannot wait to play it, and that's Forgotten Anne.
Yeah. What a surprise.
Forgotten Anne. It's just... I used to love the old school LucasArts adventure games. What's the Indiana Jones and the Temple of something Atlantis?
Yeah. Playing that,
But that old school adventure. I mean, I just love old school adventure games. And although this isn't point and click, it has all that charm of an old school adventure game. And it's kind of sits between, the gameplay goes with part platforming, it's very basic platforming, to these puzzles that all evolve around this energy source called anima. I think it's called anima, where you have this ability to take anima from one object and then put it into another object. So by taking it from one object, you're taking and affect away the power source of that area.
Yeah.
There's a rebellion happening in what's called the Forgotten Lands, and Forgotten Lands are full of forgotten lings. And it's a place where, say you've got a coat that you don't want anymore and you just put it in the closet and forget about it. It gets taken to the Forgotten Lands because it's a forgotten ling. You've forgotten about it. And then when it becomes there, it becomes into like a humanised character. It moves, it talks, it acts and all that. And there's a bridge that connects the Forgotten Lands with the human world. And Anne and her master can cross that bridge at the moment, but this rebellion that's happening is effectively going to stop. They're going to shut that bridge down and make it a separate world. So that's what the story evolves around. Its animations are absolutely stunning. Its artwork is gorgeous. It sits somewhere between, for me, like old Disney games with anime Studio Ghibli-esque kind of artwork.
Okay.
It's got that kind of anime cross Saturday morning cartoon look. But the animations feel much like the old Aladdin game or something like that. That kind of real charm.
Very smooth, fluid.
Yeah, that's it. And I played. It's weird when you're at similar to what you had with Jet Omaro.
Yeah.
At EGX, you're in these big halls where there's 20,000 people around you and it's so noisy. And he put his headphones on and you play a game, and that's how you can know if a game is immersive, isn't it? Because so many times you can play for 10 minutes, you're like, I've had enough. I know enough. I need to know that game for now. Yeah. This was like 25 minutes where it went by in like 5 minutes. It felt like flew by, and I just took it off, and I was like, instantly put my name down, sign up to the press list. Been in touch with the guys, Throughline Games. It's their first ever game. It's part of the Square Enix collective, so it's got a good publishing behind it.
Yeah.
And Forgotten Island, there's no confirmed release date yet, but that is a game. If you like adventure games, I cannot urge enough to check out for that. But that is I have to say top pick. That would be my top pick for what to look out for. Although Ooblitz still looks good. Go on then, Dan. Finish us off. Round us in. Reel us in.
My final one that just... I saw this. I saw this last year, and I was like, "Hang on, is this true?" You know, there are dream games. There are dream moments when you're playing. You're like, "Oh my god, this is real."
Oh, I know what it is.
This is Watan.
I do know what it was.
No, you don't.
I thought it was Epic Loot.
Okay, all right.
Oh no, Epic Loot looks cool as well. But this is Watan. It's by Phonomena Games. Sorry, I probably said that wrong. Which is worse. But this is from the creator of Katamari Damacy.
Oh, wow.
Oh, really?
Okay.
There you go, straight away. As soon as you say Katamari, anyone who's ever played a Katamari game or knows what Katamari is, you're going to be like, oh shit, I'm excited straight away.
Yeah.
It doesn't, and that is how it worked for me. All it was the Keita Takashi, sorry if I've said that wrong,
Sounded good to me.
was there, and it was a case of this guy is bringing out this new game, and I straight away went, oh yeah, I'm going to change my pants. Here we go. But I don't know what the game is.
Oh, right.
No, I've watched the trailer 10, 11 times. You are basically the mayor of a town.
Right.
And in this town, you're a green cube who wears a beautiful bowler cap.
Oh.
And as you go through, there are sushi people and things like that, and you seem to have to stack them up to create new people and new towers. Like Katamari, it was a game of where someone was there going, look, you need to build this giant ball out of things. And we all went, yeah. And it was amazing. This is another one of those games where you go, there's my brain. No, over there, let's just enjoy this fantastic moment. But one of the bits that really just, it played on my mind and made me happy was, well, you can eat your townspeople and then shit them out.
Oh, no.
And when you shit them out, they become new people for your world. And you're just like, I don't know what's happening. But you can also, so you can gather your people up by holding hands and create these conga lines sort of thing. And you can choose to explode them, which causes them to go in the air and confetti to go everywhere. And seriously, I've watched this and I've studied this. I've gone down to frames and I still don't know what the game is. But every time I've watched it, I've been like, got to play this game. I really want to play this time. It is. Watch the trailer. This is called Watan.
Watan. How are you spelling that?
Watan.
Watan. Okay.
Watan. And it's yet again really simple, beautiful graphics that just, it's like Katamari.
I'm hoping to have the trailers of these games play on our little screen.
There will be weird shit going on up
so,
there.
Yeah.
You see this bit here?
I should have probably mentioned that beforehand. I was people like, what's this game? Yeah, but there'll be... I'm hoping that's not a guarantee. There might just be our logo still. But maybe if it's not just our logo.
When I say there's weird shit going on up there, can you just put a picture of Tom in the frame?
Like a cheeky little me up there watching us.
Yeah.
Go for that.
But yeah, so the game that I saw and heard about is Watan. Check out the trailer.
Okay.
If you know what this game is about, get in touch with Indie Credible, any of us. If you know anything, if you can get us just anything, because I want as much information about this game.
Yeah.
Because I'm seriously, this is my game that I'm excited about. I don't think it'll be Game of the Year, unless it does rock up like Katamari, and then it'll be Game of the Year.
That'd be cool.
Wow. And there you go. Sorry.
Good stuff.
That was a good last one. Yeah, you were very excited. Yeah.
Cool. Go on then, Tom. Round us up.
It is Racing Apex, but now I feel like it might be Apex Racing.
No, it's not. It's
Racing Apex. Yeah. We was good.
Oh yeah, no, because Apex Racing makes more sense to us, didn't it?
Yeah.
Whereas it's called Racing Apex.
I was going over it in my head earlier, and I was like, but now I don't know which one makes more sense.
Oh my god, what do we do?
Lucky Mountain Games.
Yes, yeah, and it was bloody good at EGX. Played it was
lot of fun.
Alpha. Was it Alpha?
Pre-alpha.
Pre-alpha, yeah.
It's a very delightful arcade racer.
If you've ever played Daytona Racer,
yes,
it is very much like that.
I follow the guys on the devs on Twitter, and they have just put the dev block out of the battle mechanics. They're now in the game, so the game is now a lot more developed. Yeah, that game is a lot more sim than it first appears.
That's the thing. It's got an arcadey graphics, but with sim sort of
It's
controls.
not full-fledged.
absolutely not.
I've got to say,
but
this was the
it's-
problem I had when I first played it.
It's confusing.
Because I was ready for arcade.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're not ready to
I
be...
hammered into that
yeah.
first corner and my car just went
I didn't
off
think that's
into the
the thing. I was like,
distance. And I was like, oh shit.
Yeah. No, you need to have some control when you're playing it, because
Surprisingly, Tom won.
I never lost a single game.
Didn't lose a single game.
I even played against
the
some...
press guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which was a beautiful
we
moment.
weren't there as press
He
at that
was
time.
not
No.
happy.
And they were like, oh, can one of you stay on and play with these press people? And I was like, yeah, why not? I'll give it a cheeky game. And I annihilated him.
He looked so angry.
He was no fun. I was trying to give him a little bit of banter at the beginning,
Yeah, he
and
was-
he was so serious. I was like, all right, mate, fucking hell.
It was at that point, I thought maybe being press is just no fun. It's just-
Honestly, he sat down.
I thought you had to enjoy computer games
yeah,
to go to these
he
things.
sat down, and I was like, hey, we had some fun. And he was all like, yeah. I'll kiss a poke game. And I was like, all right.
But it was
We had some fun. And then I destroyed all of them.
it was a lot of fun.
It's a really,
I'm going
really
to
fun
go
game.
on air now and say it that when that game released later this
Yeah.
year, we will definitely be having a Let's Play of it up. But I'm confident I'll beat you.
Do you know what? I am confident that you will beat me too.
I'm confident.
What?
I'm a racing-
I don't
I'm a
think that
racing
when the
game
full,
fan.
Yeah, he's a racing game fan. I don't think when the full game is released, I'll be any good at it.
Oh, okay.
But I want to say that it was very fun.
Because
and
I saw
and
those
very
times.
addictive.
He was
And
good.
you hammered him.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, he
I
hammered
really
me.
did,
I wasn't in the race at all, by the way, for a
But
racing
it's
game.
the exact
I was not
same
there,
as
but these two-
Dragon Ball Fighter Z when
Yeah, the
you
switch around.
hammered me the first time, and
Yeah.
because I was like, I just need to learn these
Yeah,
controls.
you were learning the game, but once you learnt
Once
the
got
game
it,
and
I
how
was
it works,
like-
he caned you.
I think that's a
No,
little bit
I didn't
different.
cane him because he went, I don't think we should have a game.
Well, I won.
So we finished
Yeah,
one
no,
one.
that's because you caned him on the second
We-
one so
we-
bad he didn't want to play
we had a
anymore.
tie, so it was fine. But I think I'll be fine at it. I just don't think I'm ever gonna be an expert.
So it's called Racing Apex.
Racing Apex.
Yeah.
Even
Yeah.
now, as we've said this, I'm confusing it in my
As
head.
am I, yeah.
Racing
But I'm
Apex,
sure
Lucky
it's
Mountain
Racing
game.
Apex.
There's no release date, but you'll see if you're watching up there. It's
There are plenty of like
very
ongoing videos of
Daytona.
it.
Yeah,
Very
very
Daytona looking.
Daytona.
It's so much fun.
Visually,
Yeah.
not game-wise,
Yeah.
play-wise. It's not Daytona.
It's silly.
at all.
Like you can't. The weight differentiation between different characters it really plays in, and whether your car is front-wheel drive, rear-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, all plays
Will
into
affect the gameplay, yeah.
the gameplay.
Yeah.
Like, and it really was a case
But-
of you can't hammer in. It's not Daytona or Outrun where you can just go straight into the first corner something like that, and you hit the perfect
But
line.
you're just changing gear between low and high. It's like, yes, I've nailed this.
But you get those fun, cartoony, like, and
Yeah.
like all the characters they have like,
Yeah.
out there ridiculous characters
Yeah.
that you can choose in.
well, like in
select
ski
screen.
suits and all sorts of that.
Yeah, my guy chooses. He had like an afro and he had his
Yeah.
like big pop 70s collar.
Yes,
and it
yeah,
came
yeah.
down to here.
The
beautiful,
battle
yeah.
mechanics that they've put up recently look really good because they are. I think they said they've got 22 points on the car that can take individual damage.
Okay.
So if you shoot like the wing of the car will fall off, but it doesn't mean the whole car's damaged. That makes sense.
Have they
Like-
said they're going to be able to do like two different bits where you can just race?
Yeah,
Or you
yeah,
can
yeah.
have-
So,
oh,
it's,
that's cool.
Yeah, yeah,
so
yeah,
there's
different
there's
Yeah, that's
racing where you got time trials, online racing.
Quite classic stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
basically.
yeah, that's all
Then
right.
you got your racing with weapons.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's like a battle arena mode. I don't know if there's a case of like a destruction
Yeah.
derby.
I don't think there will.
I don't
Oh
think
my
they will
god,
do
I
it.
used to love Destruction Derby.
Oh, no,
Sorry, just do
Demolition
you remember
Derby or
that?
Destruction Derby.
Destruction Derby on the
Destruction
PS2.
Derby. It was Destruction Derby, wasn't it?
Fucking love
Oh,
that game.
was it called that?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Oh, sorry. I'm just being stupid.
just out there for a quick PlayStation moment.
No
Yeah.
surprise there. And that wraps up. So that's 9 games.
Was it- wow,
9
there you go.
games
Wow.
that we. Well, that's right. I think 5 of those appear in our top 10 recommendation for the thingy. So you know we're doing all right.
I'm trying to think. I don't think any of mine did they? Did Tunic?
No,
No.
Tunic just didn't.
Did
quite
Pray
make
for
it.
the Gods?
No.
No, because
Yeah,
I don't
so
think
none
it's-
of mine did then.
Okay.
It was Ooblets.
So yet again,
Yeah.
I think you'll find that
Well, we see because
my list will be the one you want to listen
we're
to.
going to see because at the end of the year when we do our game of the year,
Yeah.
Oh,
we
we
see.
definitely have to come back to this.
We
Yeah,
see
this
it
would be
come back
great.
to this.
I'd be shocked if any of the games we've mentioned now will be our game of the year.
Well, the game of the
Oh, I'd be
year,
so happy if one of them
the
was.
game of the year,
But I
like
doubt
so,
it.
Sexy Brutal won our game of the year last year. I hadn't heard of that game going into 2017.
I only heard of it because
Cat Quest, I definitely haven't. I didn't know the
well,
Cat
yeah,
Quest
they were
until a
both
week
games
before
that
it
I
came
turned
out.
up
And
to
you
you
could-
and said,
yeah,
"Hey,
yeah.
you've
Yeah.
got to see this shit."
those were damn games.
They, yeah. So
Cool.
yeah, again, hello.
But no, so that does wrap it up, guys. Thank you for watching on the Indie Credible podcast, episode 27, but our first ever filmed podcast. And we'd love
Oh.
your.
Oh, it's Brian.
Yeah.
Low flying
Oh,
Brian.
It's going to shit on me now. What? Not me.
But we'd love your feedback on this. If you like it filmed, let us know what you like about it. Again, we not so much apologise for our set, but you know we are. We
put effort into this.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
I did put effort into it, but the lighting will definitely get better. We actually have ordered some. We have actually ordered some new lights.
A work in progress.
This whole camera bit has freaked me out the entire time we've done it. I am not comfortable.
I've never been known to ever address the camera.
Yeah.
Or am I supposed to just be? Are we shutting off? Is it just us?
Yeah,
we'll work out the kinks.
We'll work it out, but as we get more comfortable, it should be a better experience for you guys. And like I said, if you want an ad-free experience, as I said earlier, then make sure you head over to Patreon. It's patreon.com/IndieCredible. And not only will you get an ad-free experience of the podcast, but you also get early access to 6 podcasts each month. And then when the IFN seasons run, which is currently one running at the moment, you get 2-week early access to our IFN, which is our competitive Let's Play series. Dan, where can people find you, mate?
Right here,
there
at this table, we found right now. You found it. Where do people find me? At the Dice Bear. Just type in the Dice Bear, you'll find me.
There should be links, surely, on the screen.
There won't be links, but there will be.
Just type it in, you lazy.
2018.
The Dice Bear, Jesus.
At Shriek and Profit on Twitter.
He's never on though, so there's no point following him.
I'm never on because no one cares. All right.
I always message you. No, that's a massive lie.
You never messaged me in your life.
I've never DM'd you.
No.
I texted you today asking for my fucking USB back, and did that help?
Let's move on.
And you can follow me at What's Up Woody on pretty much everything: Instagram, Twitter, anywhere else you want.
Though that handle may change, as I've found with Lewis over the past year.
I think I'm going to stick with that one. I like that.
He keeps changing his handle as he
goes
along.
I like What's Up Woody.
Just pick one and stick with it.
I like What's Up Woody.
Yeah,
and
What's Up Woody?
You liked all of your previous ones, sure.
Because I always go What's Up at the beginning, and my surname's Woodhouse.
No, I like it.
Yeah.
Anyway, your surname's not Woodhouse, by the way.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not. It is. No.
Yeah, it's changed from Edwin's to Woodhouse.
Oh, you fucking confusing shit.
I know. Okay, anyway, that wraps up. And thank you for watching again, guys. And until next week, adios.
What?